listeners, book babes, and book bros. Welcome to Book Babble. I'm your host, Tanya, and today I have Kaya on the line. Kaya, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kaya May. I am a indie author of paranormal and fantasy romance.
And Kaya, what is your upcoming release about?
My upcoming release is From Thorns and Ice. It is a fae romance featuring Donovan and Aurelia. And Aurelia has a bit of a heartbreak in the beginning that she has to deal with. And from there, it's kind of just going into a world of betrayal and threats to their safety.
Wow. I don't know about anyone else, but threats and betrayal, you've got me. I'm hooked, ready for it. So Kaya, thank you so much for joining today. Are you ready to babble?
I am.
Awesome. I will put 5 minutes on the clock and then we'll get started. So, Kaya, what got you into writing?
So I was a avid reader since middle school, and that has been, something that's been a big part of my life for so long. And I am a very creative person, and I have a lot of outlets for that. So, as I've read more books over the years and, just built up this kind of deeper love for reading, my mind started creating these scenes in my head that I wanted to finally put out. So I finally sat down and wrote one story. And while I was writing that, I had other ideas pop into my mind about, just different worlds, different characters that I wanted to learn more about. And that's what got me here.
That sounds amazing. I also, so this was not mentioned just now, but I hear that you were a twihard and that's how you got into to reading and writing.
I
So,
was.
I would like to know, were you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Oh, goodness. I think it switched back and forth depending on what I was feeling about the different character at the time. I think I was definitely more Edward though.
Popular opinion. I see nothing wrong with that. I think right now I'm a Team Charlie girl though, like at my age. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I totally get it. Like back in the day, Edward was the one.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Okay.
So, you had mentioned that your character goes through, some heartbreak and stuff at the beginning of your book. What is it like to write those emotional scenes? Like, how do you get in that headspace?
So for this one, it was a little bit more emotional. Um, Last year, my grandma was diagnosed with aggressive brain cancer. And so that one, I kind of channeled a little bit of the feelings for that. And just, you know, I kept it a little more reserved just because the feelings of losing a family member is so intense. And my books tend to be more light side of things. I haven't either found my way to get into the deep grittiness of it, or I just prefer the lighter reads. So, I'm in the midst of dealing with my grandma's cancer and loss that's, we know is going to come within the next year is what the doctor said. So, we got, I use that as a little bit of inspiration. The dedication in the beginning of the book towards people that are dealing with a loss or have dealt with a loss, because that's something, that's personal right now. Brought the mood down a little, but
Gosh, well, I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that, and I'm sending you all the healing wishes and prayers, and same to your
thank you.
grandma. Okay, let's switch back to something happier. Um,
Yes.
so let's see. You are an indie author. Can you give me
Mhm.
like a little bit of a taste of what it's like to be indie? Like what kind of things do you have to manage? How has your journey been so far?
Lots of social media stuff. I think the majority of it is spending all our time like marketing and creating different things to post on social media, figuring out how to word it to catch people, right? Which is not my strong suit, by the way. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
um, I never
It's
thought that
hard.
it is. Being a writer is not, I didn't think it would come with, a dash of writing and a scoop of marketing, but it did.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you made it through the 5 minutes, so congratulations. Woo, that part's over. And I just want to keep chatting about this one specific thing that we kind of stumbled into right now because it is so much different than people expect publishing a book is. So you mentioned it's like a dash of writing and a heaping of everything else, marketing, social
Yeah.
media, everything like that. Like when you started getting that inkling that you wanted to publish, did you realize how much actually goes into it? Because like you said, it's writing the story is just the beginning. There's so much else that you have to do after.
Oh my goodness. So I didn't think about the extent to which I need to be online figuring out everything and all the different aspects. And I'm finding out more the gravity that I have to put in to everything because, just even like adding people to my ARC team, that's time consuming. You got to make sure everyone's
Oh yeah.
bots and whatnot nowadays is ridiculous. So, you kind of have to be careful with that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I just want a PA just to like do these small tasks. Like, I'm okay making my graphics. I'm okay posting it. Just handle those small little details so I can get back to, the other things I like. Cause I have spent the last like 3 weeks prepping for my PR boxes to go out, the ARC to go out, the release, and I've barely been able to write. Like, I think I've gotten through one chapter of writing. And it's like, I want
Yeah.
to transition back to writing, but you're so busy with all this other stuff that you can't.
Yeah, I mean, if you so writing in and of itself as an author, that's like a full-time job. But then you
Mm-hmm.
get the rest of it that you have to do. I mean, unless you're like blessed with a traditional publishing team where they're doing all of it for you, it's nearly
Mm-hmm.
impossible to be a full-time writer and only write. Like you have
Yeah.
so many other responsibilities you have to take care of. And
Mm-hmm.
juggling that can be so difficult. It can be very challenging. So
It
kudos to
can be.
every indie author. Kudos to you. Like it's a lot of work.
I was gonna say I'm lucky because I have my husband. He's an English professor at our local college, so he comes in and does the editing and proofreading after I'm done reading. So I have like an in-house editor, so that's nice.
Gosh, and you technically don't have to pay him for that. That's so cool. You're gonna end up being kind of like Willow Winters and her husband, if you know who Willow Winters is, where she like started writing and they have their whole own like company now.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I'll have to look into.
You guys, you're gonna be the next like writing duo, next husband and wife duo. All right, well, Kaya, we are getting towards the end of our episode, and this is
Okay.
typically around the time where we open the floor to you and let you talk about anything big coming up, any announcements, if you have events planned, upcoming projects. So the floor is yours.
Okay. All right. So I just recently had my very first book release an audiobook, which was Witch Marked. I'm happy to announce that Witch Hunted is being recorded and almost done to be an audiobook as well. And the third book,
Yay!
Witch Claimed, is also in the works to be an audiobook as well. So those will all be done this year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I know we're supposed to be wrapping up, but I had a question about that.
Yeah.
What is it like? What's that whole process like? What do you have to do to get your audiobook produced?
So I went through ACX and it's a partner of Audible and Amazon. and they have a whole bunch of narrators that you can basically shop through and ask to audition for your book. And I was really lucky about finding a female narrator for my first one, like right off the bat. I love her. Joanna has been great. She's actually narrating all 3 books. And yeah, for book 2 and 3, I did have a male narrator come on as well to work with her, and he's been great. So I'm going to be doing a little narrator reveal soon. But yeah, it's fairly easy. It's very straightforward. They upload their audio and you can listen through it and make changes. Then you basically just submit after that, and ACX checks everything for quality control, and then they upload it, and you don't do anything after that. You don't even get to choose the price, actually, of the audiobook. They do that for you.
Wow.
So I didn't. Yeah, that was weird to me, but
Wow. I mean, that's kind of like a blessing and a curse, because how do you, like, without doing it so often or doing it before, you don't really know how to price those. But then you're
yeah.
like, am I being undersold? Am I being oversold? How do I value
If
this?
you have a sale, you have
So,
no say.
none at all.
No.
Oh, I had no idea. I definitely thought you would have at least like had some control over that, but considering I think ACX is through Amazon, right?
Yeah. It could be different for
Yeah.
other people because I did royalty shares with my narrators. So for 7 years, we're locked
Oh,
in
okay.
to be. So it could be different if you choose a different option. But, being a small time indie author, royalty share was the best option for me.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. It's almost, I think that kind of aligns more with what you were talking about before and how they have that kind of priced out and paid. So that makes sense. I do love that like they give you all those different options. I'm honestly, not to badmouth Amazon, I'm surprised that they give you the different options, just because like Amazon's so strict with their rules, especially on like the book side. Like all
Yeah.
the exclusivity stuff. So that's very surprising to me. But I'm glad that they have that available to indie authors like you.
It does make us getting out there a little bit easier when they offer that.
Yeah, because a lot of like, not a lot. There's a significant amount of readers who don't do like visual reading. They like to just do audio. So I think it really helps. I'm excited. I can't wait to listen to all of them. And congratulations, that's huge.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Of course, I've had such a good time today. And I hope we can have you on again soon.
I would love it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much and have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.